At Yellow Breeches, each one of our level 3 trips kind of bring their own uniqueness, and the Everglades really brings a tropical, experiential, adventure-based trip.
It's amazing to get them out of their element and bring them into the Everglades, and it's the largest wetlands in our entire country. So they're seeing animals that they've never seen, they're seeing birds that they've never seen, they're walking by and there's an alligator on their side. There's just all these animals that they've never seen before.
It's an incredible place to bring students because of all the wildness that is here. The trees, the flowers, the different species of fish down here is just amazing.
They are learning about diversity in all areas of life. They're learning about the diversity in the wildlife. They're learning about the diversity in the food chain. They experience vegetables and fruits that they never even knew existed.
You can smell it. It's very good.
My part when we're down here is I'm running the flats boat, which is a boat that was built here in Marathon. It's called a key hopper, 20-foot flats boat designed for fishing.
First thing you got to do is orient the map. Okay, if you want to know where you're at on this map, so you can start seeing what the features are, like what's this body of water here and what's that. So we're in the marina, so we're smack right here. We're going to actually fish right here in Tarpon Creek. This is known as the fishing capital of the world. I mean, it's incredible because of the species of fish that exist down here with tarpon, with snook, snapper, with sheep's head. You know, there's all kinds of fish, sharks. There's dolphin up here. This almost doesn't look like salt water, but it is.
What kind of bird is that? Pelican. It's a pelican?
Fishing is a big part of our program. We do a lot of it. And even kids that never thought they would like fishing, once we get them out there and they get to experience that and catch their first fish, you know, it's a pretty big deal.
What do you think?
Go, man. That is cool.
You want to hold them?
Sure.
Dude, let me see a picture. Send it home. There you go.
Just toss them. See you later, bud.
Yeah, man.
Good job.
Last cast for me.
If you ask the students what was their hardest part of the Everglades portion, hands down they're going to say the paddle, because it's challenging, because we're going through these mangrove caves and they have to work together as a team with their canoe partner, because there's just so many sharp turns, and it's not like paddling up in Pennsylvania, not even close. It's entirely different.
I like to have a good briefing with them about how frustrating it can be and how it's okay to be frustrated, and how sometimes there's nothing you can do. You're going to be frustrated by life. A, you have to work through that and work through your emotions. And B, you're in a canoe with another person that's having those same emotions, so you have to work through those together.
So we paddle out 4 miles to 6 miles, and then there's just a wooden chickies out in the middle of nowhere on stilts. So it's just a wooden H platform, and it's like, all right, this is where we're sleeping.
We cooked dinner together, we ate dinner together, and there was no distractions whatsoever. You're kind of setting yourself apart and experiencing something very few people get to experience. For those students, that was something really, really hard in the moment to do that they got to be extremely proud of afterward.
It is 10:48. We did that in under 3 hours. That's amazing. Good job, Dan! Woo!
Yeah, man! Woo!
This trip is jam-packed with activities.
It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts, and the kids are pushed to their physical limits, emotionally, mentally, and physically.
Day after day, we're doing something really hard. Let's just go and be leisure and have fun with each other, and they just have a blast. Some of them have never even left Pennsylvania, let alone even seen a beach. So to get eyes on crystal clear blue water, it's just really fun.
Champion.
We're gonna stay positive. We're going to follow directions.
We're going to stay committed to one another. We're going to look out for the little guy. The little guy isn't necessarily the smallest one, it's whoever might be struggling in the moment.
I got you. Whenever you're ready, go get it.
There's a fish right there.
Go get the fish.
Yellow Breeches, in order for us to do the high-end activities that we do, we have to be able to do it as a progression.
There's a lot to scuba. This trip is in the end of January, early February, and we start in the middle of September.
So it starts in the classroom, and then they transition into the pool, and then from there, in the open water to where they have to show all those skills.
They're working in small groups first to kind of just like really master the math principles to it and some of the science concepts. The principles with the buoyancy, the pressure. They do their classroom and then they go do the pool sessions, and each pool session builds with progressions.
Yesterday you worked on water to your mid-level. Today it's going to be a little more challenging with the mass clearing, so it's completely natural. If that's a little stressful or it creates some anxiety, just talk to your instructors. We're literally taking them completely out of their comfort zone and asking them to go underwater and breathe. Even just all the gear, this is our most gear-intense activity that we do, and it takes a lot of personal responsibility. So they got to be independent and they got to make sure that they're keeping track of all their stuff. It's just great to watch them literally grow through that process.
It's extreme. You can't water that down. They have to know all of the same material, that it's an international certification. So regardless of their age, they have to know that content.
The scuba diving certification process, it's a challenging thing, mentally and physically.
To ask them to learn the science behind this and then go underwater and actually trust that they've learned the material, they trust themselves, they trust their buddy, it's pretty special.
Day one, if you walked into our camp, you can totally feel the anxiety. The unknown is really daunting. There's 4 dives, so in the beginning they're just so anxious and everything that they're like, where's this, where's that, am I good, am I not, what's going on?
You know, there was a lot of students that were like, I'm not gonna do it, I don't think I'm feeling too good about it.
You're doing wonderful. Hey, not there, bring it over there. Keep this free for only scuba stuff, please.
I'm really nervous because it's obviously our first time going any deeper than 10 feet, so it's going to be exciting.
I'm pretty nervous as well. I never did this before, and I'm just trying my best.
We're experiential, and we really like to say the students are experiencing education and the teachers are experiencing it as well.
This was a nice way to flip that script and have me be the one that was terrified and my students encourage me. And I think that was a really cool opportunity to build that relationship going forward with our other adventure activities.
We love to challenge our students, and this really levels the playing field between students and staff. It's a new experience for everybody, and it's really intimidating. So you have to be vulnerable, you have to have trust with each other. It hits all of our pillars. When the staff and the students are on the same playing field, it gives permission to the students to be vulnerable because they can see the staff doing it.
They were all just telling me about how afraid they were.
They know how to calm me down in a tough situation.
It brings another level of the student-teacher relationship that translates back into the classroom. I think it's an opportunity for them to kind of teach the students how you can appropriately manage those emotions while going through it and still being productive and maintaining your ability to learn the skills that are necessary to get the certification.
It's an extra challenge because they're also nervous and I'm nervous, and so I guess the best I can do is relate with that feeling.
I feel nervous and excited at the same time.
I might be a little bit nervous when I get down there. That's usually how I am, when I'm approaching and I'm calm, but then sometimes when I see it and it's up close and I get nervous.
Think of it this way. Push on the top of the mask, tilt your head up and blow. You don't have to do the whole lift again. You push on the top and blow. That'll get the rest of it out.
Yep. And you know something?
Yeah.
You're more an inspiration than you know.
Nervous still, but it's a little less nervous now that I've seen the water and I know what I'm getting into, so I'm ready.
if we're doing something that is new to us that we're afraid of, but we say, I'm going to do it anyway and do it afraid, and that in itself is brave.
Even though I'm scared, we're going to push through and give it my best shot.
All right, body check.
Can we do your check?
Oh yeah.
Sidewalk, side jump.
What I've been really impressed by the students, seeing them go through the progression, is just their ability to keep showing up.
Big okay?
You know, even though it's obvious that they're nervous, they're dealing with some anxieties, they're working through some of that, but when it comes down to learning the next component, they show up and they've been able to be present and to figure it out and to get through it, to get to the next step.
Okay, you ready? Jump it.
I loved it a lot. I was in the water the first time ever scuba diving, and I was honestly scared at first. I was like, I can't do this, but I was telling myself I could actually do this.
You also, in that process, learn a lot about yourself and how to more manage your self-control. You also learn how to respect wildlife and everything around you. You don't want to hurt the fish. You don't want to destroy their habitat. You don't want to vandalize anything.
Students always come back from the scuba trip more confident than before, than when they left Yellow Breeches. And so, you know, that just kind of pours into a lot of different components of their own lives. Educational, personal, you know, things they got going on at home. They gain a lot of confidence on this trip.
How was it?
It was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah, there were fish everywhere, like right near our faces.
The whole time they were following us around.
What'd you think, dude?
Oh, it was awesome.
It was awesome?
It was awesome.
Oh man, I'm super proud of you, dude. Good work.
So advanced divers need to do 5 specialty dives, and one of them is the night dive, and it's just so unique compared to all the other ones because all the other ones, they're doing different skills, more advanced, but they're all in the same sort of environment. The night dive, you have no idea what you're getting into. You're envisioning, kind of like that first day and you don't know the plunge, you're just envisioning this huge black nothing, pitch dark, and it's just like, all right, what are we getting into?
As we go in, it'll be twilight, okay? But then you'll see it get darker and darker and darker. And by the time we end the dive, it will be nighttime, it'll be dark out. Don't want to go diving with one light. You should always have more than one. Okay.
If Frank is doing a circle, what's that mean?
Are you okay?
If you need like anything, there's an emergency, what do you guys do? Heck yeah, just like you're nervous, anxious, do it with the flashlight. It's totally bringing all the stuff that they have and then adding a whole nother level to it because you're losing a sense when you're down there. We doing a night dive?
We are.
Team night dive,
right.
Yeah baby.
This is gonna be cool.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm excited.
Breathe out of this.
great, man. I loved it. Yeah, every second of it was awesome.
I'm extremely proud to work at YBEC, and it's days like today is why, and it's for students and staff like you all. Today had a lot of moments, and it's incredible. So I really hope you feel good about yourselves. Today was it was epic. Student or staff, they all basically had the same theme, that it was extremely anxious and nervous feelings yesterday, and then they were all feeling really good about themselves, whether it was for the entire day or one specific act, but it was just really important to share that experience.
So as students finish up the scuba diving, receiving their certifications, you really see a boost in the students' confidence.
Sometimes it's hard for someone to acknowledge something that they did well, and yesterday all of them did something extremely well and just extraordinary, so we got to celebrate it. If there's one thing I want students to remember, it's that they're more capable than what they thought.
Because that will help them when they come against a wall later in life, to know that what it feels like to actually conquer that goal.
I can accomplish whatever I want to because I just proved to myself I can. Thank you.